My bad. Here we go. Hold on. My bad. Here we go. All right, hold on. We're gonna start that over. Hold on. Woo, woo, woo. Rewind. All right, here we go. Got the mic ready. Got the mic set up. Now we ready to go. Let's get it. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, former NFL and AFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. And on today's episode, man, we're diving into all things San Francisco 49ers. We got Deebo Samuel. He's hanging up on Philadelphia Eagles host. I love it. All right. Stop asking me stupid questions. All right. Brock Purdy. I believe he's 100% healed. 100% healed. So the worrying about him playing week one, we're going to dive into that. And then some Trey Lance rumors that I think are stupid and are not rumors because it makes zero sense to me. We're going to discuss all that and more. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great start to their day. I hope everybody got a nice little workout in already, and make sure that you subscribe to this video. Yes, all that good stuff. I see the flames coming in. The flames coming in this morning. Rick, 5 flames. He's feeling great. There we go. Johnny, he's feeling great. Okay, Knees feeling great. Everybody feeling great. If you're not, if you're listening to this on the audio files, because you got it on Apple and Spotify and all that, come over sometime to the live show on YouTube. All right. And if you didn't know there was an audio version of this, then look in the description and you can go ahead and click that link and make sure you subscribe to that so you're alerted when all that stuff goes off. I talked about all the 49er things, right, that we're going to discuss on this show, but I actually want to start from a different angle. I've been watching that show, Quarterbacks, with Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, Marcus Mariota, and I don't know if y'all have seen that yet, but it's basically like a Hard Knocks for them during the season, the quarterbacks, and they kind of just follows them around in their house and all that type of stuff, right? But anyways, as I'm watching it, and it's something I knew, I think we all know it, right? Just in the sense of the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is great. But I had tweeted out, and I guess maybe some people took it as like a hot take, but I tweeted out, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And I got a little bit of pushback, all right? So let's talk about some of the little pushback that I got on that comment. And there are people like, he's the best quarterback you've ever seen? Where is it at? Right, not right here. Boom. So my tweet said, obviously, I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen. But watching quarterback and seeing his confidence and the trash talking made me like him even more. I think there's this certain, just this thing that makes you kind of like dislike him. Like he almost comes off or feels kind of like this spoiled kid. But then the spoiled kid's like amazing, so you kind of like you gotta respect it. I think that's where I'm at with him. But then watching the show and just how he gets after it, I'm like, okay, he is still kind of in my head like the spoiled kid or whatever. But he's a dog. He got that dog in him. He got that dog in him. All right. But anyway, so I tweeted out again, best quarterback I've ever seen, and I got a comment. Let me see, because I had the guy kind of or whatever. But how do I see it? Oh, here we go. Here's the comment. He said, wait, Mahomes is the best quarterback you've ever seen? And then the GIF that he chose, it's like the guy turning around looking like, what? Mahomes? Let me make it very clear. I am 36 years old. I just turned 36. I turned 36 in May. Montana, whatever Joe Montana was, I ain't see it. All right. Joe Montana, when I was 6, by the time when I turned 6 years old, Joe Montana was on the Kansas City Chiefs. He wasn't even on the 49ers. All right. So the legend of Joe Montana, I don't know it. I ain't see it. Now I can go back and watch stuff, but there's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing like watching, like I grew up watching this guy and the greatness of him. So there are some other great quarterbacks, amazing quarterbacks, right? Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was amazing to watch. Tom Brady, amazing to watch. And there were some, other guys out you might put in that category. But when I make like my all-time list of anything, it's guys that I got to watch and really feel their, like, just how good they were. Just like, so I see a lot of kids right now, and they're saying that Paul Pierce is their GOAT or whatever, right? It's like, man, for me, I like Paul Pierce. And it's like, I mean, not Paul Pierce, excuse me. Paul George, not Paul Pierce. And it's like, I get it. Like, Paul George, like Hooper, okay, you like him. That's who you grew up watching. I get it. For me, it was like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Like, I just grew up in that era. So Joe Montana, Steve Young, and I watched Steve Young. Like, I watched Steve Young win. I got to feel that. But when I watched Patrick Mahomes, maybe he's like a souped up version of Aaron Rodgers. People talk about Aaron Rodgers like, oh man, most talented quarterback ever. Like, maybe not the greatest because of Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Then in there in the same era. Mahomes is a better version than Aaron Rodgers, who's amazing. So when I say this is the best quarterback I've ever seen, that shouldn't be nowhere even close to being a hot take. Look what Patrick Mahomes has done. Look what he has done. We're talking about a guy who has played, 6 years in the NFL? And I'm talking about like as a starter. What has it been, 6 years? 6 years in the NFL. Or is it 5 years? However many years he started. Let's say it's 5 years. He has started 5 years in the NFL. I think that might be what it is. In the 5 years that he has started, this dude has been to 5 AFC championship games. He started 5 years. He's been to 5 AFC championship games. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's already been an MVP. This is the most amazing run that we'll ever see. There is nothing like this. And then how he does it. You maybe thought like, oh, there's going to be a little drop off, man. He lost Tyreek Hill. That has not mattered. He just kept being amazing. And then said, you thought I needed Tyreek Hill? I'm just going to go win a Super Bowl without him. He is the most amazing thing I've ever seen on the football field. Now, again, that Jerry Rice, dope. And I got to watch a lot of Jerry Rice. Obviously, I grew up more in the like Terrell Owens kind of era. But Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen. My guy, Chris Roscoe's, he tweeted me. He was like the best, or he said the most talented quarterback or the greatest or whatever. I said what I said, bro. Mahomes is the best quarterback, the most talented quarterback, the whatever. Now, when it comes to being like the greatest, obviously, like to surpass Tom Brady, like you got to win more championships. You just do to be like the greatest quarterback. But if we're just talking about what this guy did, I've never seen this, and nobody ever will. There's no lead that is big enough. He fears. Everybody fears him. You look at the way he's changing defenses and how they have to play. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Never. And then it's like, there's nothing you can do. I'm watching this show, Quarterback, and he's running and he spins and he's throwing no looks and it's like, what the hell? You're not supposed to be able to do this on the football field. So, best quarterback I've ever seen. I'm spending too much time on Patrick Mahomes, but best quarterback I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. Great. There are great quarterbacks. There are other great guys, and I'm sorry, I didn't really get to watch Prime Marino, and I didn't get to watch Montana. But even then, ain't nobody this guy. Nobody is this guy. And it's like he's just getting started. He's just getting started. Anyways, woo! Starting this show off right. Let's go. Have y'all? There's a show right now, and gosh, I should have had it up. Let's go. I wasn't planning on talking about this actually, but we'll get into it real quick. Where is my Spotify? There it goes. So I've been listening to this show, all right, and it's on the quarterbacks, or excuse me, the coaches in the NFL. That's under the tree of Kyle Shanahan, and we won't dive too much into this, but it's really interesting. So it's called The Play Callers, and as you can see, there's a picture of Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and LaFleur. All right. This, if y'all haven't listened to this, is great. First of all, you guys are probably wondering, like, Croc, how do you consume so much football? Like, football is my life. And I had somebody in the comments on Locked On 49ers, and he was like, you got to be a 49er fan first and foremost. Like, first and foremost, I am a football fan. So I pay attention to everything. So I ain't going to kiss nobody's ass on the 49ers. I just love football. And obviously I love my 49ers, but I love football first and foremost before anything else. So you guys get my honest takes on everything pertaining to football. But it's really interesting just hearing the mindset of these guys and kind of how they all came about and the way that they process football and the way that they really just everything that the way they go about it and what goes into it, the chess match. I think on another episode, maybe I'll record an episode like Monday and we'll dive more into it. But I think that one is very interesting. If you haven't listened to it yet, go ahead and listen to it. It is called good. The play callers is the athletic. I don't know what that was, but it's called the play callers. So go ahead. You can see it right there. Boom. Make sure y'all go and listen to that on Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. All right. Let's get into some 49er stuff. First things first. Deebo. Whoa. Sing it with me, y'all. Deebo. Whoa. All right. Deebo Samuel. I wake up and I look on social media and I see that he's kind of trending. And he hangs up on the Philadelphia host. The host keeps kind of like poking at him to bring up what his comments after the 49ers lost in the NFC Championship game. All right. And he's like, man, you think you would have won if you had a Brock Purdy, blah, blah. First of all, like, bro, this shit's old. Like, stop asking me about that. Now, there are a lot of people like, oh, well, he didn't want to talk about it. It's like, damn near like you're damned if you don't, damned if you do, right? You get asked about it. And that's the part I always try to explain. And, I look at a lot of things from the perspective of the players. But there are a lot of people who they get mad when they hear this soundbite. And it's like, bro, the guy was asked about it. So do you want guys to go up there and not answer questions? Or do you want them to go up there, you ask questions, and then give them their honest opinion? I prefer the honest opinion. Give me I just want to, let me know. Be real. All right. So when they ask him, hey, man, you think you guys would have won if Brock Purdy wouldn't have got hurt? Hell yeah, I think we would have won, man. We won, 8, 9 straight games, 10 straight games, 13, whatever it was. 49ers went on a crazy run. Bro, we're winning every game right now. We're hot. Steamroll the Dallas Cowboys punk asses again. Steamroll whoever else, the Seahawks again, 3 straight times in the season. All right. Beating all these teams. Okay, yeah, we if we were full go, we got our quarterback, we win. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but we felt like we were prepared and we was going to take advantage of that. And because of an injury, we couldn't do it. All right. That is the honest opinion of an athlete. So then you have everybody talking about, oh man, the players, they can't get over it. No, they shouldn't speak on it. People want realness, but then they want politically correct answers in the process. No, just that day the Eagles were better, and unfortunately we had an injury at the quarterback position, and dang, kind of tilted the game one side, and I wish motherfucker, I wish we would have won. We were steamrolling everybody, we beating everybody's butt. That's what I want to hear. Be real, right? But then now you spent this whole offseason killing the 49er players for giving their 100% opinions on something that I felt like wasn't wrong. They really felt like that. Yeah, we would have won. Brock didn't get hurt. We was kicking everybody's ass. Okay. And now we're about to start a new season. And this radio host who's trying to fish to get Deebo to be more interactive. And I heard some other takes that he was asking. And it's like, read the room, bro. Deebo he's being direct, but kind of short because he's on his Philly station. And they're like, oh, the guy came out, Trey Lance. We don't know anything about Trey Lance. I don't know anything. Tell me about Trey Lance. So then Deebo says, man, he's a big kid. He has a strong arm. He's really smart. The way he's able to, do this and do that. And, he did some good stuff. So Deebo gives him a good answer. That ain't the answer dude was fishing for. He was fishing for the, So then he asked another question, his follow-up question. Well, does he even have a chance? Is he doing it all for nothing? And Deebo was like, that's above my pay grade. That was the response, which again, that is bruh, don't try to get this. You're not going to try to get this little hot take thing from me on this. I don't make those decisions. The coaches do. All right. So he kind of gets that response. And then he gets into the, he's trying to get juicy now. I get it. From the radio host perspective, I get it. But from Deebo, and again, I back to players all the time. Like, bro, he asked him, "Hey, man, you, you know, I wish I should have had these sound bites ready so I could just press the button and y'all could hear it play." But he asked Deebo about the championship game. Like, bro, in a week, these dudes are gonna report for training camp for the 2023 season. Why are you asking me about a game in January? You still think y'all would have won? Why does it matter right now? You know what? I don't know. Click. He passed the phone to his publicist. Like, man, get this dude off the phone. And good job, Deebo. Good job, Deebo. Like, bro, it's 2023 season right now. Don't ask me no BS. Don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk football, cool. But you trying to like poke and pry for clicks. And I get it from the radio host standpoint. I understand you need people to listen, etc. But when you get the response that Deebo gave, it is what it is. And I'm always going back to players. So shout out to Deebo, man. I think that he handled it actually very well. He was answering questions. He just wasn't giving the answers that they wanted. They wanted the hot take. He didn't give them the hot take. All right. Next, Brock Purdy. There are a lot of people, and again, my name is Eric Crocker, former NFL and AFL defensive back. My name is not Eric Crocker, MD, or Dr. Crocker. Okay, so you can take this with a grain of salt, but I'm just gonna give my opinion based on all the things that we hear. And I gather I need to have Desi on here, but in my time slots and all that's kind of. But I'm gonna get Coach Desi on here. But everything that we hear pertaining to Brock Purdy leads me to believe this. So when we start talking about the timeline and week 1, he's playing week 1, and this is why I believe he is. I believe right now, from his surgery, again from all the information I gathered. From his surgery, Brock Purdy is 100% healthy. Again, I believe from all the information that we've gathered, from his surgery, Brock Purdy is 100% healthy. The actual elbow and the surgery and the recovery of that is not what the issue is right now as far as him getting cleared. Now it's just building up the strength of I'm just throwing the football again. Now he's doing that. And then it's just getting enough throws to where, I don't have arm fatigue or, things like that, right? Because you haven't thrown the ball like legit throwing like other guys who've been training since March. His elbow, there's no setbacks on that, right? So remember Trey Lance broke his ankle, had to get his surgery, couldn't come back, and then they had to go back in and they had to remove some stuff because, not 100%. Right now, as far as how it's healed and everything is good with Brock Purdy. He's working with his quarterback trainers. Just, hey, work some mechanics. I'm throwing the ball, whatever. Then they just continue to ramp it up until it's like, hey, he's 100% cleared to play football. So that's the part we're waiting on now. But as far as the recovery from surgery, he's 100%. So when we start talking about week 1, I have no doubt in my mind, Brock Purdy will be the week 1 starting quarterback. There's no doubt in my mind. Week 1 starting quarterback. Because he's no longer injured. He's just ramping up his throwing. It reminds me of like people that wear a cast, right? I've never broken like my arm or my leg or anything like that. But, they wear the cast on their arm. We'll just talk about the legs, all right? So you see somebody that breaks a leg and they have a cast on for however long. Well, eventually the bone heals and there's 100% that cut off the cast. And then when they cut off the cast, you see that there's a clear difference between the left leg and the right leg, right? The right leg had the cast on there. It's skinny. The left leg's fine. The leg is healed. But now you just got to build up that strength again in that leg. The bone is fine. So it's like, look, you're fine. You can run, you can jump, you can do all the things. You just got to build the strength up to be able to like do those things at a high level. And that's where Brock is right now. The elbow is fine, 100% healed. Now it's just about building up the strength in his arm. So Brock Purdy's fine. I keep hearing like, well, the 49ers don't know. Nah, yeah, it's not 100% clear right now, but I'm telling you that elbow is healthy. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. I got my guy Jesse in the chat, and he says definitely 3 months in, he was 100% healthy. Just built the strength to throw and doing it in a competitive environment. Exactly. Exactly. And also shout out to my guy Jesse. We will be at 49ers camp. I'm actually gonna be at a lot of the dates. I'm gonna try to if I can get tickets. As long as I can get tickets, I'll be there. Why Locked On 49ers can't get credentialed? I have no idea. I have been credentialed as a member of the media for training camp, for games, but that was under Bob Lang. There's no longer Bob Lang there. He went to like the Eagles. So how I got in and did it, they ain't got him no more. And for whatever reason, whoever's in charge now, and even then, I did write for. I used to write for fourth and nine. All right. And 4th and 9, like I got credentialed through a blog where I might have 1,500 people read my article, 2,000 people read my article. All right. Like it wasn't nothing too crazy. I went from having 2,000 people read my article, being credentialed, to 20,000 people listen to an episode every day, every week. And I can't get credentialed with that type of platform where we're talking to the fans every single day. Come on, 49ers. Come on. Get it together. Me and Peacock should be there. But anyways, I am still trying to get the tickets and all that. And, yeah, here we go. Hold on. We got Nees right here. Nees says, feels like you have to be a writer. Podcasters, though, don't count. That is. They want the writers there. They don't care about the podcast. We do see some like Haberman and Middlecoff. They got the green light. They're good. They're in good with somebody, and they can go to whatever they want. Eric Crocker and Brian Peacock. We don't know, guys. We don't know. You guys ain't writing enough. You ain't writing enough. Croc, they're gonna have to change these credentials soon. Old media is on its way out. I'm curious to see how these things change and impact their credentials in the future. You know what? It's not everybody. We have podcasters on the Locked On Network. I mean, that's what it is. It's a podcast network who they're getting credentialed to the New Orleans Saints. They're getting credentialed to the Denver Broncos. Like, they're getting credentialed. It's the 49ers that's playing. Steelers host, the Steelers guys, they got no issues getting credentialed. It's the 49ers. I actually think I can get credentialed for the Pittsburgh game, but I don't want to be credentialed for games. I've been credentialed for games. I don't want to be credentialed for games. I like watching. First of all, y'all know where I live. Man, I live in goddamn Southeast Arkansas. I'm in the sticks, bro. When I watch a game, I'm by myself. This is boring. So typically, I actually don't like going to games. I like sitting at home. I got a big ass 120-inch screen projector that's really dope. The best seat is at my house watching the game. But unfortunately, it's by myself out here. And that is no fun. So I like to travel and go to road games and, get to like hang out with, all the 49er fans and stuff like that. But typically I'm not big on like just going to games. Now I am, because I'd be bored as hell watching them here. So that's why I go to games. And then I like to go to the actual game and sit up high. People make fun of me because I sit up so high. But I sit up high because I get to see the whole play out and everything like that. I actually don't like to be close. And my friends and stuff, they make fun of me for that. Now, if you just give me tickets, then all right, I'll go sit close with you. And people do. But I actually like sitting up top and kind of seeing the whole view in the whole game. But so I don't want to be credentialed for games. I just want to be credentialed for training camp. So I'm right there up close. I see everything. And the information that I bring to y'all is the most precise as you can get. Because anybody that's been at the practices, one practice, they're on the far field. Next practice, they're on the close field. One practice on the far field. Next practice on the close field. And they just swap it off. No, I want to be right there in the middle. I want to see everything. And that's the way you guys can get like the best information from me. Because I think it is very clear. Everybody sees the game different. Everybody sees practice a lot different. and I see a lot of the reports, and the way that things get reported, and 49ers beat writer, everybody, they do an amazing job. It's a lot of times it's a little different than how I'm watching it. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, I need to be there on the field. Cause my perspective might be a little different. I don't look at I think a lot of people when they're watching the practice, they look at it from the eyes of how y'all want to hear it most of the time, which is kind of like the highlights of it, where I'm looking at what's consistent and a lot of context. So, you'll hear Brock Purdy when he starts practicing. Oh man, Brock Purdy completed 9 out of 17 passes today, and he wasn't as efficient. But it's like, well, did he throw any of those downfield? How tight was the coverage? Was some of those a throwaway? That's why the whole stats in practice, that is wild in itself. And we're about to get to Trey Lance. The stats in practice, I've never seen that. Now, maybe coaches kept stats on our practices. I'd have to ask. But I got to see a quarterback battle with Geno Smith and Mark Sanchez. And I never heard throughout that entire time anybody on the team, on the staff, any of the coaches, offensive guys, my buddies that were receivers, shout out to Joe Collins and my guy Thomas Mayo. I never heard any of those guys say, well, today Geno was 8 of 15. And no, it's just like they're trying different things. They got different concepts where they're on the same page with the receiver, like kind of getting in this groove. And it wasn't until I want to say, and you guys might probably remember this, the first time I ever heard of keeping like stats, completion percentage, attempts, and everything in practice was Colin Kaepernick and Blaine Gabbert. That was the first I heard of it, where it's like they kept Cap stats and Blaine stats as like a competition. And that's just never what practice ever was for me. And again, I'm not a quarterback, so I can't, and I'm not going to tell you or pretend like I know exactly what's going on in their meetings. But if I had to guess, it's really more so about how they are working towards executing a play that they're working on than the actual outcome of it in the sense of percentage, completion percentage, and things like that. It's just, hey, is he reading it right? Is he seeing the field the right way? Is he throwing it where we want? Then obviously, like, throwing it accurately and things like that. But as far as completion percentage, I would assume to a coach, that's the last thing I'm worried about. They might track it. Maybe they do. But I would say they're not worried so much about that. Because if I throw a dart and you drop it, does that go against me to the coach? No. Coach, hey, receiver catch the damn ball. Right? So that's why I try not to feed into that part of it. There were some narratives I remember last year, and I was actually at the practice, and I saw Trey Lance complete 2 out of 4 passes downfield. And the 2 passes that were incomplete, one was in one-on-ones, one was in teams. They were both intended for Deebo Samuel. The other 2 were completions. All right. Now, the reporting that I saw was, Trey Lance, he struggles to throw the ball downfield, and he threw one 4 yards over Deebo's head. He's struggling to throw down the field. It was like, that's not what I saw. I saw Deebo get strapped 2 times and 0 separation. Now, maybe you have to start to find out, and this is the part about practice. You have to start to find out. Maybe Deebo's the guy I have to put the ball on. I can't throw the ball out there for Deebo to run underneath it. He's not that type of guy, right? Deebo against the Chicago Bears. He ran a deep post down the field, and what did he do? Shielded the defensive back off and caught the ball, right? He wasn't going to outrun the DB, but I'm going to shield him off, put him on my back, catch the ball. the go route down the sideline against the Detroit Lions. What did Deebo do? He didn't outrun the guy. He kind of muscled the guy at the top, caught the ball, threw him down, and ran for a touchdown. So, learning your receivers, how to work with them. And that's a tough part too, because you see a lot of these other quarterbacks like a Tom Brady. What's the first thing Tom Brady does, man? He gets with his receivers. Hey, we're going to work this whole offseason to really learn. You got, Deebo Samuel, well, I'm not. If you want to train with me, you got to come to Miami. So yeah, you can see them in training camp trying to, hey, we got to try to get this down. We got to try to figure this out, right? So again, the completion percentage and stuff like that, I think it's a little stupid, to be honest. Now, will I keep completion percentages? Maybe, because it seems like that's what y'all want. But I really don't care about the completion percentages. Woo! All right. And I did touch a little bit on Trey Lance. But I did see a report about Trey Lance and this trade rumor to Atlanta. And the moment I heard about a Trey Lance trade or the Falcons had reached out, I said, bullshit. BS. I call BS on that. It makes zero sense to me for the Falcons to trade for Trey Lance. Okay? Here's why. One, I feel like if there was any time where they were going to make a move like that, it would have been during or before the draft. All right. So right now, what I get the feeling is they are going all in on building towards Desmond Ridder being the starting quarterback. And they are completely fine with Ridder being the starting quarterback. And they are good with living with the results, whether good or bad, with Desmond Ridder being the starting quarterback. Why would they be so okay with that? Because they might not have many expectations. They want to see how does he play. But if they strike gold and he looks great, let's say he plays like Dak Prescott played his rookie year. Now, he doesn't have the team around him that Dak did, but he does got some monster receivers. All right. But let's say a nice running back and got Bijan Robinson. They're kind of building something there a little bit. But let's say he goes out and he plays great. Cool. We struck lightning in the bottle and we got a quarterback. We got Ridder. And let's play next year with him as well. Great. But if he sucks, they got multiple options. All right. One, he sucks. Okay. Now we see why he was a third round pick. Yeah, he has some talent, but his just not quite there. All right. Well, now we potentially have a top 5 pick. And there's a guy by the name of Caleb Williams. He's amazing. He's one of the best prospects I've seen in recent years at the quarterback position. He's amazing. He's amazing. So you got Caleb Williams. You got Drake May out of UNC. All right. He's a big, athletic quarterback out of North Carolina. He's good. So, okay, if Ridder sucks, well, I'm in the market for one of those two guys. Or maybe even for a Kirk Cousins. That might be a free agent. And I think Kirk Cousins would be good on that type of team. So why would I trade for Trey Lance, who's going to cost me more money than Desmond Ridder? I'm eventually going to have to pick up his 5th-year option and pay him a ton of money on that, or have to make a decision on that. And if the team is bad, I lose out on potentially getting Caleb Williams or Drake May. So why would I trade for Trey Lance? And it just did not make sense to me. It didn't make sense. Matter of fact, at this point right now, Trey Lance makes sense for little to no teams. It just doesn't make sense. Because if I'm good because I have a starting quarterback in place that I really like. I would say the only team that potentially makes sense is Washington Commanders. And even then it doesn't, because again, hey, we'll go in there with Sam Howell, and if he sucks, I can go get Caleb Williams. That's who everybody's looking at right now. That's who they're looking at right now. They got their eyes set on Caleb Williams. So whatever quarterback I have, if he's trash, I'm fine with that. Because Caleb Williams is coming to town with his painted fingernails. Or Drake May. I'm interested to see how that whole thing plays out because you got Drake May, who's like a 6'5", 240-pound athletic quarterback. And then you got Caleb Williams, who's like a goddamn clone of Patrick Mahomes. And there are people that, first of all, hold on. He's a clone of Patrick Mahomes, the prospect. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes NFL. Okay. When I typically when I give a comparison, it's guys as a prospect, not as what they are at the NFL level. Unless I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all to see, like, oh, okay, well, look, see how this potentially can be this guy's trajectory. All right, but it's like Mahomes as a prospect, who I really like, really like. I would even go as far as to say that there might be people that think as a prospect, there might be a lot of people actually. I mean, shit, they thought Trubisky was a better prospect than Mahomes. That Caleb Williams is a better prospect coming out than Patrick Mahomes, but they play very similarly. I really like his game, and so there are a bunch of teams that are kind of like, how do we have to be good this year? And one of them is Atlanta. So when I heard the Atlanta Falcon rumor, I said that's complete BS because it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense when you have the opportunity to see what Desmond Ridder is. Does he play well? If he doesn't, we are in the running for Caleb Williams and Drake May. If he does, cool. Let's continue to kind of build around him. Got a young running back, and we got this big receiver in Drake London, and then you got Kyle Pitts. And can we get Kyle Pitts going to be that guy he was as a rookie? But it just doesn't make sense for Trey Lance to be traded there. And for most teams at this time, at this moment, it does not make a whole lot of sense. Now, who could Trey Lance make sense for? I think he makes a lot of sense for Minnesota. If you're midway through the year, and actually, I'm not going to lie, watching that quarterback show, I've kind of grown to really like Kirk Cousins. Just watching just the way he competes, the way he takes care of his body, his wife picking out his clothes. He wears the little, Target shirts in his press conferences, and his wife is just like, yeah, like, you like his shirt. You just kind of get to like him. You like Kirk Cousins. You like that, right? You just kind of get to grow to like him. But gosh, he's taking a beating. He's taking a beating in Minnesota. He's probably like, somebody get me. I'm getting beat up. I'm getting beat up every game. He was in so much pain. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback in so much pain that he did not want to speak to his teammates. So he threw the ball. Boom, he's getting crushed. And Thielen is trying to ask him a question. And he's in so much pain that he's like, God, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, damn. But like, it's like he's in pain, like real pain. I was just like, dang. In that Bills game, it was an amazing game. In the Bills game, he was in so much pain. He's coming to the side. He's like, like you just hear. I'm just like, golly, this guy. And then they look over to the other side, and Josh Allen is just like, and Kirk Cousins is like, oh my goodness, like he was in a lot of pain. He was in a lot of pain. Golly, but that was fun. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch. But anyways, man, y'all know what time it is, man. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great one. I got my workout in this morning. I'm going to get one more in a little bit later, a little bit of powerlifting. Here's the link to come on live so we can come on in the chat, speak to y'all. Again, if you haven't already, hit that like button and
subscribe to this video.
Yeah. Tell them, Pickle. All right. As you see below, Underdog Fantasy, go to underdogfantasy.com or download the Underdog Fantasy app. And when you use promo code Crocker, you can double your deposit up to $100. What is Underdog Fantasy? It's an app you can go to. There's certain words we're not supposed to use, but I'm going to use them anyways. F it. All right. If you like player parlays and player props, there are all kind of things. Right now, they got the they call it higher lower on 49ers pass catchers, rushers. Is Elijah Mitchell going to run for more than 500 yards? If you think he is, then click that higher, right? Is Deebo Samuel going to catch for more than 800 yards? Is Christian McCaffrey going to run for more than 800 yards? If you think so, hit the higher button. And if you put down, let's say you put down $20. $20 and all 5 of your props hit, big money. What is that? $1,000? $400? 5 is 100, 10 is 200, 15. Yep, 200 yards. So $20 gets you 500 or 400, excuse me. $40 gets you 800. All right. So if you're confident about some of the 49ers player props and things like that, go to Underdog Fantasy right now. Download the app, man. Download the app right now and use the promo code Crocky. Let's go. What QB show? Also, my daughter's nickname is Pickle. Really? Yeah. So first of all, the QB show is called Quarterback. It's on Netflix. You got to check it out. Great insight. I think I fell asleep last night at the start of episode 4. So make sure y'all tune into that. Love it. Great show. My daughter, Pickle. Her name is Pickle. Her name is Dylan. But Dill Pickle, Dill Pickles, Dill Pickle from the Rugrats. So her auntie was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call her Pickle. When she's born, I'm gonna call her Pickle." And it just stuck ever since. So I call her Pickle. My wife calls her Dylan. But I don't. Dylan, who's that? That's Pickle. That's my baby Pickle. We got Bomber T says Deebo is the definition of unprofessional. I wouldn't say that. Now again, you're also talking to Eric Crocker. I stick up for the players a lot. If you start to ask me questions, you gotta read the vibe of these guys. Because I've heard Deebo go on shows, answer, and be very professional. And then I heard on this one where he starts to get agitated. So once you kind of hear he's agitated with the questions that you're asking, man, you better flip it. Better flip it a little bit and do something to where, like, you get in his, because the vibe was all off. So, and it got to a point where this guy keeps trying to, like, ask me these questions for clicks. Bro, ask me something else. That's not something that I don't want to talk about the NFC Championship game anymore. We're getting ready for training camp. So if you ain't got nothing to say about that, then don't, you know what I'm saying? Here. Hey, he could have just hung up. He at least handed it to his publicist. Eric, love the show, man. Appreciate it. New Dawn, Red October. Let's go. October's very own. The way QBs get hurt, we will get to see him again. All right. I'm assuming Trey, maybe? Khalil Young, he says, Croc, your daughter sounds exactly like you. My daughter sounds exactly like me, just like in this little kid voice. She looks a lot like me, just like a white version. She's much lighter than my wife is white. So my wife she's white. She's half Portuguese, half white. Her mom is white. I guess it's still white, all of it. But her dad doesn't look white. Her dad's Portuguese. He has like this darker skin tone, like this darker hair. I guess it's still a white person. I don't know. Like he looks more like Italian person or something. Everybody, a lot of times they think my wife is Hispanic. She's not Hispanic. Her dad's just Puerto Rican. I mean, Portuguese. Now my son's mom, she's Puerto Rican. Don't ask why I got so many kids. I apologize to myself. All right, training questions for you if you got time. Fell off the last few years with training. Now in my mid-30s, recovery just hits different. Any tips, recommendations for recovery? Ooh, I love questions like this. All right, I love questions like this. So, training. Here's one thing first. A lot of people talk about, man, when you get in your 30s, like it's just not the same. It's not. When we get into the 30s, everything hurts more, or recovery or whatever, because we don't put in as much time as we did when we just maybe had more time, right? So think about in your 20s, you probably had a lot of time for different things. You were way more active. And as we get into our 30s, life hits you. We have our legit jobs. We have kids. You got to take the kids to sporting events. It's hard to kind of, put as much time into yourself. So you're way less active. And our eating habits, because a lot of times we're on the go, become trash. Well, all those things over time start to pile up, and we become a way worse version of ourselves than we were in our 20s. Not just because we're getting older, but just because of life in general. So I would say, like, if you are able to get into a routine like me, there was a time that I got a lot of I got heavy. I gained a lot of weight. I got this picture I was at this 49ers thing with it was like with the 49ers and the Rams game in LA, and man, fat Crocky, fat back, fat chest, everything, right? And I see that picture, I'm like, damn. Right now, I'm a much better version than that. I done lost 30 something pounds since then. I feel good, look good. I'm moving very well. I have certain things that are a little sore. My shoulders, I had some heavy shoulder press the other day. But oh man, look who just clicked in. All right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna get to just who clicked into the show. Can't wait. But yeah, man, I'm feeling great. So as far as recovery, stretching, I have started because I'm already a little bit tight. I don't have great flexibility, but the more you work on your flexibility, the more uh, flexible you get. So I've been spending more time with that. Rolling out. I actually have like this vibrator roller, pause, but it's like a rolling thing. Press the button and you can control how hard it vibrates, pause. And I roll my back out, my lats, my thighs, quads, hamstrings, all that stuff, lower back. So maybe get one of those. I'd say walk a lot, drink a lot of water, stop drinking alcohol. I think we typically know all the ways that are going to help us really recover. Oh, plenty of sleep. I think we typically know, but we just don't want to do it. So once you kind of get that out of your head, right? I would love to go eat a Wendy's. I love the Wendy's bourbon bacon burger, Wendy's number 9, but I can't eat that. So I cook my meals and I meal prep. So I got 3 meals. I got 6 meals ready to go for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. So my lunch and dinner for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ready to go. And then once Wednesday comes, I cook for the rest of the week. And my stuff's boom, ready to go. Let's go. So eating much better. I only drink water typically. If you see me 99% of the time, drinking water. That helps. Get your sleep. I'm getting 7 to 8 hours a night. That helps. Uh, Being active, walking, conversing with your family, praying, all those things. I think they help with recovery. So I think a lot of times we know the answer. We just don't be wanting to do it. I think that's the issue. All right, y'all. We got a special guest. We got a special guest coming on here. And the last time he came on, it was interesting. I had to do burpees, and it wasn't very pleasant for the 49ers. It was not a very pleasant guest. Can anybody guess who is about to come on as a guest? Can anybody? I'm going to wait 1 minute, and I'm going to see if anybody can guess who is coming on. When he took over the show one time, y'all had to hear it. Y'all had to hear it. He held me accountable. All right. He held me accountable. Terry Dome says, please no. It's not Flav. It's not Flav. It's not Flav. There he is. The ghost of Judo.
Hey, Corny Rhino fans. Good morning, Corny Rhino fans. How are you? How are you this morning, Eric Crocker? Wow.
Oh, man. I'm doing great, man. How are you doing this morning?
Fantastic. Eric Crocker, I can't believe I heard you say from a 49er fans that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback you've ever seen. Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
Okay.
He's because Tom Brady's a cheater, and Patrick Mahomes, I for some reason, yeah, I mean, on the field he does good, but I just don't like I don't like the wife, I don't like his little raggedy ass brother. I don't like anything about the guy, but Joe Montana, man, that's my guy, bro. He didn't cheat. He didn't do it. He didn't have to cheat. He had to deflate any balls. He didn't have to have anybody spying with the camera. And Patrick Mahomes, what is he, 5 years in? We'll see what he does. But screw Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. But I get you on all the things that you said that are annoying. I 100% understand.
Yeah.
All right. And hold on. Let me change this because I want to get up close and personal. There we go. So on all the things that, and get all that bear stuff out the background of my screen. But for all the things that you just said that you don't like about Mahomes.
Right.
What about on the field? Because that's what matters most. So on the field, Mahomes.
How many years he's been in the league, Eric? 4,
I want to say
5,
635.
6 years. I mean, give him another 2 or 3 years. We'll see.
So in his 5 years that he's played, have you
Yeah.
ever seen anything like it?
As far as like the torquing the ball and throwing it this
No,
way and doing
just
that,
what he's
you
doing,
know.
all of it, the twerking in the ball.
Yeah,
uh,
he's had some pretty good talent around him too. Let's not get that misconstrued. He's had some pretty good talent. I mean, we'll see. You know, I like to hate on the guy because you're like, you know, for what and you had mentioned the whole Trubisky Mahomes thing. You know how I feel about that.
Oh,
But yeah, you know how I feel about that. But hey, want to shout out some of the 49er fans, CJ Gay, Fairy Dome, all you other corny whiner fans on the chat over here. Shut up. You guys are idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. And your quarterback situation that you got right now with Purdy and that bus Lance that you got. I love it. You guys better hope to God. Hope to God Purdy pans out, because the other guy, he just ain't cutting it. And as far as like in the NFC, I think our quarterback is going to be top 3 behind Hurts and Prescott in the NFC. We're not going to see, we're taking it a little at a time, not the whole NFL, because we know the AFC is loaded with quarterbacks, but I think our quarterback is going to be top 3. He already beat y'all ass one time, so it doesn't really matter. And we'll beat you again. You know, we'll beat you again if we play. So nobody's scared.
Here's the thing.
Nobody's scared of 49ers.
I can't. Like, I'm not gonna. It happened.
No, you was there. You was drenched. You saw it happen. You saw us beat your quarterback down. You was there.
So it's like I can't say anything in the sense of like y'all got that. But I would assume that you and maybe other Bears fans are the only ones that would kind of put like the Bears just in the sense of how we're viewed.
Hey, don't you do that. Don't you do that, Eric Crocker. Don't you say that. Don't you put my quarterback down. My quarterback is better than your quarterback right now.
Quarterback can't throw.
What's up, By Alston? What
the
up,
quarterback can't throw. He's a running back that can't see the field well, and he's extremely talented.
What?
But for all the reasons why Kyle Shanahan didn't look at him and was just like, nah, he has proven Kyle right. He can't see the field. He has to run for 100 yards to keep you on games.
You're saying this Lance guy is better than Justin Fields.
I don't know what the hell Lance is. I've only seen him in 4 games.
And you've only seen Brock Purdy in 1 year, right?
8 games, but yeah.
So now teams are going to have film on this buster. They're going to look at films. They're going to see what the they're going to see what the Sheagles did to him by busting his arm up. Rushing. Look, don't put all your pennies in on this guy. You played in the NFL, man. You should know better than that. You putting all your pennies in on this guy. We're gonna show you something this year, and watch out for the Chicago Bears. Hey, look, all you corny Niner fans over here typing, be quiet. You can't even type. Your emojis are stupid. So just stop, corny Niner fans. Okay, stop.
Okay, hold on.
Over there and be quiet.
Goes to Judah. So I do have like legit questions.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna ask you from a 49er fan or someone that covers the 49ers. That's how I try to come off. But I'm a 49er fan.
Sure.
Talking to a Chicago Bears fan and just kind of trying to understand where exactly the Bears are right now. So obviously this is a team heading in last year where you could see that they kind of needed to improve from a talent perspective. Really,
Sure.
they could, on both sides, but definitely specifically on the offensive side of the ball with the weaponry. I mean, they were really down against the 49ers, having to play guys like Dante Pettis, who randomly scored a touchdown. Saint
on y'all,
Saint,
by the way.
I know.
By the way. Yeah.
Saint Brown, who I think he randomly scored a touchdown on this as well. But for the most part, not the most ideal weapons to surround your young quarterback with. You guys did go and trade for Chase Claypool. But right now, how are y'all feeling about really kind of the weapons there with, in the backfield and as pass catchers to really help Justin Fields take that next step?
Thank you for asking, Eric Crocker. I appreciate it. Our new weapons on the team is, like you said, Chase Claypool. And we just fleeced the Carolina Panthers. We got DJ Moore, who is a true number 1 receiver. Okay. And then we got Darnell Mooney, who is going to be exceptional this year. He has a chip on his shoulder, and and we got Velus Jones, and we got the kid from Cincinnati, who's fast as I don't know what. But we love our weapons this year, coming into the season. As far as our running backs are concerned, Herbert came on last year. We got the backup for the Texas Longhorns from last year. Loving it. Got a three-headed monster. Forget David Montgomery, man. We can't wait to play David Montgomery. If you watch this, we can't wait to play you and freaking knock your helmet off when we play the Lions twice. David Montgomery, he didn't have breakaway speed anyway. He sucked. So we like what we got. We like our offensive line this year to protect Fields. And if we play the 49ers again, we'll beat you just like we don't care. We'll beat you in a monsoon. We'll beat you in the snow. We'll beat you in the sleet.
I think the monsoon helped y'all.
It didn't help.
The monsoon helped y'all.
You're a professional athlete, and you're a professional athlete.
Don't
try to make excuses.
You the monsoon helped you.
Yeah, no. Don't try to make excuses from us.
It's not an excuse. It helped you.
Look, it doesn't matter, Eric Crocker. We beat you in tight Gene Levi Stadium. The first year that y'all was in, we beat y'all till then, and we'll beat y'all anywhere.
Is that
anytime. That's right.
Is that the Brandon Marshall game? 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, we beat y'all till, bro. We beat you. We beat the 49ers often, actually. I don't care what your record is. We beat y'all quite often. And look, wait a minute, hold on. All you 49ers
fans. Blaine Gabbert in a walk-off touchdown. Y'all lost Jimmy G. Jimmy G beat up on y'all several times. Matter of fact, his first road game, I want to say, was against y'all. Scored 15 points, still beat y'all. Then Jimmy played y'all and beat y'all again. What are you talking about?
Versus Bears all-time record. Hold on, let me put this in.
Yeah, put that in.
Yeah, I am gonna put it in right now.
Put it in. Pause.
Hold on, 69 times. Yeah, the last 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 5 times we played y'all, we 3-2 against y'all busters. All-time record, we 35, 33. Oh, San Francisco leads. Damn it. 35, 33 or what? God dog it. But all you corny whiner fans, be quiet. Just let me and Eric Crocker talk. Stop typing over there, idiots, and let us talk over here, because you better hope Brock Purdy pans out for you guys, okay? You better hope he pans out. You better
what do you
hope
think about Brock Purdy? Listen, I get it. He's hurt and all that. Just you watched the kid play. What were your thoughts on him?
He was actually exceptional last year. He was one of those come alone players, nobody saw coming, and just kind of snuck up on everybody. Now teams are going to have time to look at that game film, look like what he likes to do, what are his strengths, what is his tendencies, and it might be a different story this year. Okay, it might be a different story this year. So we'll see. We'll see. I think he'll do better than that receding hairline Trey Lance that you got over there.
The hair needs to go for Lance.
Yeah. That's right, Eric Crocker. That's right. No, Bears fans aren't delusional. Like some of your fans over here, Eric Crocker, you guys don't know football. You guys don't know football, huh?
Y'all had the worst record in the NFL last year. Man. You did beat the 49ers, though. But you did have the worst record in the NFL.
That's right. We did beat the 49ers. That was
all. So that's why
that was all planned. That was all planned. We get two first round draft picks this upcoming draft too. So it was all planned out. We got hella talent. We still have the most cap in the NFL right now to pick up even more people before camp. So it's going to look really good for the Chicago Bears coming out the NFC. Like I said, we'll have a top. Our quarterback is going to be something to watch, man. You watch. He'll be better than your quarterbacks. He'll be better than that multi-interception throwing quarterback in Dallas. And Jalen Hurts is probably going to be the top because he got the weapons and the defense to help him. But we're right there. We're coming. So
here's a question right here from Terradome, right? Or he didn't phrase it as a question, but I'm going to phrase it as a question. Last year, Chicago Bears least sacks in the NFL. And it's 20 sacks. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I think Nick Bosa dang near had that by himself. It is really tough to win games when everything has to be on the shoulders and the back of your young quarterback.
Absolutely.
So what have the Chicago Bears done to really help the defense so that they can help the offense? Where y'all at defensively?
Thank you, Eric Crocker, and thank you, Fairy Dome, for asking that question. Now, Fairy
I
Dome,
keep calling my man Fairy Dome.
because he is the Fairy Dome. Now, listen, this is what we did in the all season. Now, you just mentioned the Buffalo Bills. We got Edmonds. I mean, Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills, right? The linebacker, the huge linebacker. We know we got him.
Tremaine Edmonds.
And then we got Edmonds from the Philadelphia Eagles. Who was pretty much like they captain last year. We got him as far as our linebackers.
Okay.
Our freaking and far as our cornerbacks, we got Jalen Johnson. We got the kid that just came out of Miami. And then our defensive line is going to be phenomenal. We're about to sign 1 or 2 edge rushers to start the camp. So it's going to be way better. You had mentioned our offense was like putrid. Our defense was really, really bad last year against the run, for sure. So definitely going to be a whole different thing. We don't need much. I mean, we was like most of those games we lost last year were by 5 points or less. It was always like one possession we lost. I mean, we beat y'all, Tail. So you act like y'all something special. Beating y'all was nothing special. 49ers.
I said the 49ers are pretty special.
It wasn't special. It wasn't. It was like we took our drenched clothes off, uniforms off after that game. It's like, it was a piece of cake. It was nothing to beat the corny whiners. You guys were trash. It was nothing.
49ers. What was the 49ers final record?
I don't know. I know y'all went home. Y'all didn't go to the Super Bowl, so it don't matter. That's what all that matters.
I mean, when you talk about you're saying nobody's scared of the 49ers.
No, nobody's going to be scared.
I would have to disagree.
And nobody's gonna be scared of Deebo Samuel. Nobody cares.
What was that? 13-4?
Yeah,
that's
13-4.
That's pretty good.
Who's in y'all division? The Seahawks and the Rams and who's the other
Cardinals?
team? All trash teams last year. All trash teams. You had an easy schedule last year. All trash teams. Nobody's scared. Nobody's scared of corny whiners, man. Nobody's scared of you. So
what's your record prediction? Well, first, record prediction for the Chicago Bears this year?
13-4.
13-4. So you're gonna flip because last year y'all were what, 4-13? So you're just gonna it's gonna be a complete flip.
No, it was 3-14.
Or 3-14. So you're gonna go from 3-14 and just flip that all the way. Now it's like 13-4.
That's right. And Terradome, if you got something to say, come up on here, Terradome. If you got something to say, CJ Gray, Jose Bautista, Niners, Dodgers, all trash teams. Come on up here if you got something to say, corny whiner fans. Come on in here
in the chat so they can definitely come on live.
That's right. Eric got the link in the chat. So if you want to come on here and try to instead of peddling those little fingers of yours, come on up here, Tinkly Winks. Come on and get some of the Chicago bit. There we go. Here we go. Yes. You gotta love it. Welcome.
Right. What's up, baby? How you doing, man?
What's up, Terradome?
What it do? I see you got the beard on the buckwheat side of the game. How you doing?
I'm gonna mute myself and let y'all kind of have the show for the next 5 minutes. So y'all go ahead. I'll just play. Matter of fact, let me move me here so I can be in the middle. I got to be the moderator here.
Well, first and foremost, I got to go ahead and congratulate you. You did get the win in the monsoon. Everybody know that Judah got the win, man. We had to go ahead and say, hey, I think Eric had to knock down those burpees. And
it was because 40 corny whiner fans are delusional. Y'all think y'all can just go anywhere and freaking win. Y'all thought y'all can come in the monster. Y'all arrogant, you're delusional, and that's exactly what happens when you're arrogant and delusional. You end up getting your tail whooped. All right, Terradome. You get your butt kicked. So don't think you can come to Chicago trying to get wins, man. It doesn't happen that way. I don't care how dynamic you are, how talented you are. If you come to Chicago with that crap, you're going to go back to San Francisco or wherever the hell you're at, and you're going to get your ass beat. You guys, and that's exactly what they'll happen. You got your ass beat.
Hey, it happened, and it did. Yeah. But how are you watching us in the playoffs win those games?
When what you want one? You want one game? One or two
How did you?
games?
No, there were two. There
You
were
want
two.
two games?
Maybe it didn't carry it in the greater Chicago area, but we put something on Seattle for the third time.
Well, I got
A division foe.
Well, I gotta say,
then we
y'all won
boogied
me
on
some
Dallas.
money.
You mentioned that Dak was a pickle machine, and
Yeah.
we were like Vlasic making those pickles.
And you see what happens, the drop off from Purdy to your next quarterback, and you should prepare for that again this year, because Purdy could get hurt again this year. They're going to have film on him, so you should prepare for that kind of ineptitude on your team when something happens to Purdy, or he's ineffective, because people are now have game film on the guy and now know how to play the guy. So prepare for that, corny whiner fans.
If could was would, you should build a house. We can go through the hypotheticals, the speculation, the conjecture, and all that stuff. Hey,
E40.
All I'm looking at is a 49ers team ready and poised to get y'all once again. I think y'all might get 22 sacks this
corny
year.
whiner fans, y'all corny, man. Y'all corny. Y'all ain't gonna do anything. Y'all trash.
Trash. There it is.
Your expectations should be so low this year.
There it is. That's
be
his
so very,
189,000 words in the English language.
Low IQ fan base.
Only
Low
can come
IQ
up
fan
with
base.
y'all
It's just a trash. Watch what happens.
And y'all the ones sitting at home watching the San Francisco 49ers looking so fine, looking so marvelous in the playoffs. And hey, we'll throw you some tickets for the NFC Championship game. I might leave you and Captain Lou Albano some tickets.
So fruity. That's what that SF is. So fruity.
That's so fine.
Y'all
that's so faithful.
Y'all are a fruitcake team, man. Y'all are fruitcakes. And that's
I will tell you what that big C stands for, but I'm a saved man. Y'all fill it in the chat.
For champion.
Yeah, you know what that C
champion. And don't you ever disrespect the Chicago Bears, the charter franchise
Chicago
of the
Bears.
NFL.
Without one Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen.
San Francisco 49ers. There is no 49ers. There's no
Super
NFL
Bowl in the
the
history of the game.
Okay.
We have one.
Okay.
We got one Super Bowl.
So when you see this,
are y'all 500 in Super Bowls?
Remember what I said. You bow your head.
Who y'all best quarterback ever? Who y'all best quarterback ever? Who y'all best quarterback? Who's the best quarterback ever for the Chicago Bears? Just answer me that.
And maybe Jay Cutler. Sid Luckman, maybe Jay Cutler. But at least if we got the best quarterback, I would actually say we got the best quarterback. Unlike Eric Crocker, who says that some little pansy from Texas is the best quarterback he's ever seen. And I'm not even a 49ers fan. Now I know Joe Montana's the best quarterback. He's better than Brady.
Mahomes is the best. I have never seen.
He's been there for 6 years. And this is a 49er fan. You got
I'm a football fan first.
You got the best receiver of all time. You got the best quarterback, but you refuse to acknowledge it. So you know
the best coach. Coach.
Who? You talking about Walsh? Who you talking about?
Right behind me, the great Bill Walsh. Everybody's running his offense on this day. Yeah.
Well, see, you've had some really good things go for good for your organization. Fantastic.
Greatest defensive back ever, Ronnie Lott.
He's good.
Greatest shutdown corner ever, Deion Sanders.
Peon Slime Time Slanders. Nobody cares about Peon Slime Time Slanders. Nobody cares about him, man.
75% of the earth is covered by water.
I don't
and
care.
Deion's got the other quarter.
Your individual players. We have got the greatest team of all time. Okay, ever to play this game. Eric Crocker.
What about them 72 Dolphins?
I don't care about those. They didn't. I don't care about those 72 Dolphins. They could not match up with
that
the teams
was perfection.
Today. They could not. Larry Zonka, come on. They couldn't match up with the teams today. That's not gonna happen, bro.
Jim Kick,
85 Bears revolutionized the game, and all you idiot corny whiner fans over here whining and getting say, be quiet. We have the greatest team ever. We have the greatest franchise ever. And without our franchise, there is no San Francisco 49ers, period. Because we are the charter franchise. We have the most Hall of Famers.
49ers were better than that 85 Bears team.
Man, Wilbur Marshall, we would have been destroyed, bro.
I grant you had the better defense, but it's because it was Bill Walsh that put Guy McIntyre in. You're a little young. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you how I went down. I was there. Bill Walsh put Guy McIntyre in the backfield while we were pummeling the Chicago Bears, and you can go back and look at the footage. Walter Payton was on the sideline looking like this. Looking like, oh Lord Jesus. Yeah. So Bill Walsh put Guy McIntyre in the backfield and at the end of the game and ran it up. And your boy got mad. I give it up to Iron Mike. Iron Mike got mad. He said, hey, hold my beer. He went and got the refrigerator and put him in the next year. And they came and got with us. And a legend was born. The refrigerator was born. The refrigerator came from San Francisco.
Our team is a legend. Our whole franchise is a legend, bro.
It is. That 85 Bears defense.
That's right. I love it. So listen, the bottom line is, me as a Chicago Bears fan, when I come on here, unlike some of those other people that Eric Crocker interviewed, those other Bears fans last year that he interviewed and was just so docile and so weak. And you Bears fan, if you Bears fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you see this, you know what I'm talking about. You make me sick. I only raise my team. I only elevate my team. You know what I'm saying? I only elevate. There is no down in my Chicago Bears. So Eric Crocker, thank you for inviting me. What's up, brother?
Mr. Judah, I will say this, and then we'll get up out of here. But that was one of those like broken clocks is right twice a day type thing, and they just happen to be wrong that one time because for the rest of the year y'all stunk. So,
yeah, you got us on that broken clock. It was 12 noon in a monsoon, and you got me. I got it.
All I hear is excuses, Crocker. Terradome. That's all I hear is excuses, bro.
I said you got it. Ain't no more. I gave you the win. I'm like Deebo Samuel on the interview.
Coming from a professional athlete like Crocker, I can't even believe he even said that, man.
I didn't say they lost.
There's no excuses. There's no excuses.
The monsoon help. It evens the playing field. Even the playing field. And y'all
had to play the same thing. Hey,
exactly.
Y'all
had to play on the same thing. That's right. We all had to play on the same thing. Look,
it is.
Eric Crocker,
it was raining.
Thank you for bringing me on your platform, Terradome. Shout out to you, big
good
dog.
Seeing you, man.
Good seeing you.
I know, man.
Too bad we don't play each other this year because it'll be fun again, man.
Maybe in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 13-4.
If we got playoff week.
Well, you guys got to hold your end of the bargain because we're gonna make the playoffs.
We're not worried about
it.
When you come and visit, hey, dinner on me if you come out.
Dinner on you.
Dinner on me, and we'll be cool. You come on out to Santa Clara. We'll have a playoff game in Santa Clara.
Yeah, I'll be sure not to drive because I heard in San Francisco y'all doing that smash and dash stuff in San Francisco.
The 49ers play in Santa Clara. They're supposed to San Jose. You'll be all right.
Okay.
And you in the shot. My God. I know y'all done smashed and dashed something.
Hey, it's definitely common sense, man. South and West Side, you know where to go. Crocker was there. You know where to go, man.
I stayed downtown.
You see? Exactly. See, there you go. Downtown and North Side, man. You know where to go.
Yeah, it's a wonderful city. I like the city of Chicago. I do. The architecture is killer. The food is tremendous. You get a chance to go to Chicago, man. It is my second favorite American city behind San Francisco.
Oh, like that San Francisco treat.
All right. Well, hey, guys, man, I appreciate both of y'all coming on today.
Thank you, Crocker.
All right,
thanks a lot, man. Good seeing you, Judah.
You good seeing you too, brother. Y'all have a blessed day. You corny whiner fans, man. Stay hopeful. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. That was Ghost of Judah, and that was Terradome. Definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in today. Had a little fun at the end of the show. Again, you can find this live audio on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. I'll load it right after this show. Download it, do the little then boom, post it. Hit the like button and
to this video.
Underdog Fantasy, download the app or go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code Crocky. They'll double your deposit up to $100. Go do that now so you can get to the 49er player props. How they going to do it this season? Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, all those guys and more. They're on there. Go do that now. I'm out. Peace.